Hello and welcome back to Open, everyone. Oh, excuse me. Our next guest has been working on a special tribute to the late Jose Chema Soto. And Chema is a local legend hero, right? He's a local legend hero. Well, to us, he is in the Bronx, known as he's actually known for founding one of the city's oldest and largest Casita Rincon Criollo. As part of this year's biannual Bomplenazo, his film will be shown on October 8th with a special conversation following the film. Here now to share more, we welcome the film's producer and editor, Felipe Garcia. Hi, Felipe.
Hi, Reina.
This is so wonderful. You know, Felipe, let's just introduce everyone to the work that you've been doing all these years here at BronxNet and how you've been following Bomplenazo all these years. You're kind of like the go-to guy to document it.
Well, yes, I've been working, with BronxNet, since 2005, and it's hilarious. My first, assignment was, to cover the Bomplenazo and go to Puerto Rico and make a little documentary about ritmos sureños that, also in 2006, was nominated, for the Emmys. Since then, working together in conjunction with Mr. Michael Novi, the Executive Director of BronxNet. So that's what I've been doing.
Well, I just want to congratulate you on an Emmy nomination,
Thank you.
Felipe. That's a big deal. That's a big deal. And the fact that you continue to choose your work to be geared towards enlightening people about our Puerto Rican history. And now with this film, you've brought it into the Bronx. So not only are you giving the history of our Puerto Rican heritage through our urban eyes, you actually captured it. So I just wanted to know, what is it that is, I guess, inspires you to capture the stories that you do?
Well,
what's your mission?
Well, if we could call it a mission, my mission is that, I have to keep, encourage, the culture and the traditions, about my people, the Puerto Ricans, it's part of the Puerto Ricans. And based on that, I decided, since 2014, I was trying, to come out with something to appreciation to Jose Chema Soto, the founder of the Rincon Criollo. In the late 70s, this gentleman, living here on the Bronx, on the times that the Bronx was so devastated,
Yeah.
he decided to take this abandoned lot, that it was full of garbage, and, create something very special, something pretty that was, what we call, today the Rincon Criollo. The first name really was, La Gran Parada, because it was just, 4 pieces of wood that he decided to start to set up. But then, start, planting tomatoes and, make a garden. It encouraged, other people in the community to do the same. So he's the founder of the Rincon Criollo, but also he's the pioneer of a movement on those years that was, the Casita movement. Then you still see that, on others abandoned lots, but
Right.
people start, and building and constructing, these casitas.
Yes, no, the Casita de Chema it's actually like a landmark. Even though it was really relocated recently, it still holds the same value. And the idea really is that it brings community together and it teaches the next generation about their culture.
Yes, indeed. Chema, he has a vision. He has a vision that, he loved Puerto Rico like I don't think anybody else, could say that, he loved Puerto Rico. And then, bringing the musicians, the plena, la bomba to la casita, create that these generations also, go there and visit and, from La Casita, it's a lot of, groups that they just came out. Pleneros de la 21, Tato Torres,
Yerba Buena,
with Yerba Buena,
yes,
that
yes.
also he created anthem, you know, of La Casita, you know, Si va para el Bronx a la casita de Chema.
Yeah, there's a song themed that
Yeah.
has the theme La Casita de
And
Chema. Yes.
also, you know, Matthew Gonzalez, you know, beyond virtuoso, you know, plenero, also a musician, you know, he played jazz, he played with so many groups and bands. He came from La Casita, you know, he came from the Rincon Criollo.
So it's beautiful. Just listening to you, and I don't know what what you captured in the film, how far back you went versus to how up to times we are, right? Because Jose, he passed away. May he rest in power. And you still referenced him as if though he's still here, which I find interesting. And I also wanted to share that even myself, being Puerto Rican from New York, born and raised, I learned a lot about Bomba y Plena, having gone to La Casita myself, because that's where they made sure everybody came together and everybody would play together, and they revitalized it, and they kind of created a fusion to attract the next generation. So to know that this man went and took roughage and created something beautiful and planted life, right? Because he planted life, and then from there it created a whole nother generation of just rolling it over, even though it's been relocated. So I'm just curious, like in your storyline, how does it go? How far does it go, and up to when is the story? Like, it's in documentary style, right?
Well, because, you know, it was a tribute to Jose Chema Soto, and at the time that I started doing that, you know, he was alive. You know, we just started, you know, with a simple, you know, introduction, you know, of his life. And it's hilarious, you know, we plan on July 14 to go to Puerto Rico to keep, you know, the interview in Puerto Rico, take him out of La Casita, just also to present Chema as the human being, you know, because we say Chema, we say La Casita, we say La Casita, we say Chema, but also, you know, I had that itch, you know, to present Chema, the person.
I see.
The human being.
Yes.
You know? And, you know, as I said before, you know, so we plan to go on July 14. You know, he got sick. He was hospitalized on July 12th, and he passed away, you know, on July 31st. So I had the chance to meet him in Puerto Rico, but not in the way that I really want. You know, I cover his burial, you know, that is also, you know, on the documentary. But I try to bring up, you know, as much as you could, far back even, you know, from 1999, you know,
yes,
when they start, you know, their own plenazos, you know, a La Casita, the workshops. So that's...
It sounds like a celebration of his life. That's what it sounds like.
Yeah,
so
yes,
that's beautiful. So I understand it's screening at Bon Plenazo. What date is it going to be screening at this year's Bon Plenazo?
Yeah, it's going to be on October 8th at 4 p.m. It's going to be at the Repertory Theater, and everybody is invited. The best part is free.
Well,
you know, it's
my
free
favorite
admission.
word. We love that. Yes.
It's free admission. So I hope that, you know, to see all the audience, you know, in there, you know, see my video, and you know, we're going to have some Q&As, you know, at the end. You know, Michael Novi is going to be, you know, also part, you know, of this thing, you know, on that Saturday. So I hope also, you know, to see you as well, you know, in there.
Thank you, Felipe. Thank you. Thank you for what you've been doing, what you continue to do. And thank you to Michael Max Nabi for also seeing your vision and contributing to the legend of Jose Chema Soto.
Thank you.
All right. Once again, the premiere of the tribute to Jose Chema Soto will take place on Saturday, October 8th at 4 p.m. at the Justo Center Repertory Theater, located on 450 Grand Concourse in the Bronx. And for more information, call 718-518-4455. We are taking a quick break, but don't go anywhere. There's more Open coming up.